This is gold. For 5,000 years, humans have killed for this, died for it, built empires around it. Yet it's literally just a shiny rock. Why does everyone want it? Since the dawn of civilization, humans have been absolutely obsessed with gold. What's going on? Why is everyone fighting over these shiny rocks? Because they're beautiful. I know why. The gods made gold from the sun itself. That's why pharaohs want it. What should we do with all this gold? Put it on everything. Our buildings, our jewelry, even our dead pharaohs. But why is it so valuable? Because everyone says it is. That doesn't make any sense. Just make the golden statues, please. Okay, now that we've covered ourselves in gold, let's figure out why we actually want this stuff. The real answer involves understanding what makes something valuable. You see, for something to work as money, it needs a few key qualities. First rule, rare, Your Majesty. After 3 years in the mines, I found this. That's it? I need mountains of gold. But, Your Majesty, gold is formed deep in the earth over millions of years. I can't just make more. Ah, you worthless piece of goofball. Your Majesty, I've done it. I can turn lead into gold. Brilliant. See, it's all about mindset. You should learn from him. Please give me tons of gold. That'll be 50 gold coins for 1 loaf of bread. What? Yesterday it was 1 gold coin. Yeah, but now there's gold everywhere. It's worthless. I'm trading with seashells now. Wait, no. What have I done? Well, luckily for the king, alchemy was complete nonsense. Nobody could actually create gold, which meant gold stayed rare, and that's why it became money. But rarity alone wasn't enough. Gold also doesn't rust or decay. It's easy to recognize. You can divide it into smaller pieces. Plus, it's shiny. And humans apparently love shiny things. But where did all this gold obsession begin? Well, we need to go way back. Around 3000 BC, ancient civilizations discovered that this yellow metal could be found in rivers and dug out of the ground. The ancient Egyptians went absolutely nuts for it. That's it. I want gold on everything. My throne, my coffin, my toilet seat. Sir, we don't have toilet seats. Then invent them and cover them in gold. The Egyptians believed gold was the flesh of the gods, specifically Ra, the sun god. And if you were a pharaoh, you definitely wanted to be covered in god flesh when you died. Speaking of which, when they discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922, his coffin alone contained 110 kilograms of gold, or 242 pounds for my dear American folks. That's about this much just to bury a teenager. But the Egyptians weren't the only ones obsessed with gold. Around 600 BC, the Kingdom of Lydia, in what's now Turkey, did something revolutionary. Gentlemen, I have an idea. Instead of everyone trading random chunks of gold, what if we made standardized gold coins? You mean like official gold pieces that everyone agrees are worth the same amount? Exactly. We'll stamp my face on them. Why your face? Because I'm the king and I want everyone to look at me. And just like that, the world's first gold coins were born. This was huge because now you didn't need to weigh gold every time you wanted to buy something. The king guaranteed the weight and purity. It was foolproof. Unless someone started making fake coins, which they did immediately. I'll just mix this gold with some copper. And what are you doing? Nothing. Cut off his hands. Ah! The punishment for counterfeiting was no joke, but that didn't stop people from trying, because gold coins quickly spread throughout the ancient world. The Greeks used them, the Romans used them, and suddenly everyone wanted gold coins. The Romans, in particular, took gold very seriously. When Julius Caesar conquered Gaul, modern-day France, he didn't just want land and glory, he wanted gold, lots of gold. Roman soldiers were even paid in gold coins called auris. In fact, the word salary comes from salarium, which was money given to Roman soldiers to buy salt. But here's where things get interesting. The Roman Empire was massive, and they needed lots of gold to pay their soldiers and run their empire. And eventually, they run into a situation where, "Sir, we've run out of gold mines to conquer. We don't have enough gold coins to pay the army. Well, let's just make the coins smaller." Oh, you're extremely brilliant. And that's exactly what they did. Over time, Roman emperors kept making gold coins smaller and smaller, or mixing them with cheaper metals. This is called debasement, and it's basically ancient inflation. This obsession with gold continued through the Middle Ages, but in the 15th century, something changed. Europeans heard rumors about unimaginable amounts of gold in the New World, and what they did next would cause the biggest gold heist in human history. But first, let's start with the discovery. Gold adventures across the world. Did you hear? There's gold in the Americas. Cities made of gold. Cities of gold? Send every freaking ship we have. The Spanish conquistadors sailed to the Americas and discovered that yes, the indigenous peoples had gold, lots of it. But there was one major problem, the language barrier. To even ask for directions, the Spanish had to rely on stupid hand gestures and desperate charades. Back then, learning a language meant years of grueling work until your brain melted, and honestly, it sucked. Luckily, we now have today's sponsor, Lingopie. We can ditch the textbooks and replace them with binge-worthy TV. With Lingopie, you learn by watching, listening, and actually living the language. Lately, I've been watching My Little Pony in Spanish. It's a great show for learning because the dialogue is clear, and it's surprisingly good for picking up daily conversational phrases. When I hear a word I don't know, I just click the interactive subtitle. The show pauses, gives me the translation, and saves it as a flashcard. It's not just about vocabulary, though. It's about cultural immersion. You get a feel for the humor and the way people actually express themselves. They have a library of 3,000 plus titles in 10 languages. They even have music videos and podcasts for when you're on the go. So stop doing language learning charades. Use the link in my description or scan the QR code for a 7-day free trial and 55% off their annual plan. It's the best way to discover a new culture without the conquistador headache. Now back to the video. The Aztecs and Incas had been mining gold for centuries and used it for art, jewelry, and religious ceremonies. But unlike Europeans, they didn't use gold as money. To them, gold was sacred and beautiful, but not necessarily the most valuable thing in the world. The Spanish, however, had different ideas. Hello, I hear you have cool gold around here. Of course, it's all over our temples and sacred statues. Each piece tells the story of our ancestors. Oh, temples, statues too. Melt them down, boys. The Spanish conquistadors proceeded to loot absolutely massive amounts of treasures from the Americas. They melted down priceless Aztec and Inca artwork and shipped it back to Spain as gold bars. They also found massive silver mines, mountains of it, and the gold obsession didn't end with Spain. Centuries later, gold fever would strike again, this time on the other side of the world. In 1848, a man named James W. Marshall was building a sawmill in California when he noticed something shiny in the river. Hey John, I found something. Is it wood? We need wood for the sawmill. No, I think it's gold. Gold? Yeah, but let's keep it quiet. We don't want everyone to... Did someone say gold? Word spread faster than a meme on the internet. Within months, over 300,000 people rushed to California, hoping to strike it rich. They were called the 49ers because most arrived in 1849. These prospectors came from all over the world. The California gold rush was absolute People abandoned their jobs, their families, and their common sense to go dig for gold. Most of them found nothing. A few found enough to make it worthwhile. But you know who really got rich? Hey everyone, I'm selling pickaxes, shovels, and pans. How much? 10 times the normal price. Huh? Okay, we'll take them. That's right, the real winners of the gold rush were the people selling supplies to the prospectors. This guy, Sam Brandon, became California's first millionaire not by finding gold, but by selling shovels. There's a lesson in there somewhere. But the gold mania didn't stop in California. Gold rushes happened in Australia, South Africa, and the Klondike in Canada. Each time, thousands of people dropped everything to chase the dream of instant wealth, and each time, most of them failed. All this gold rushing raised an important question. What do you do with all this gold once you find it? Well, by the 19th century, countries had figured out a system called the gold standard, when gold became the world's money. Here's how it worked. Countries would back their paper money with gold. So if you had a dollar bill, you could theoretically go to the bank and exchange it for actual gold.
This meant governments couldn't just print unlimited money because they needed gold to back it. The gold standard became the international way of doing business. Britain was on it, America was on it, most of Europe was on it. It created stability. Your money kept its value. A dollar today would buy the same thing a dollar bought tomorrow. But then came World War I, and everything changed. Wars are expensive, like stupidly expensive. So governments across countries were like, we need more money for the war. A massive amount of money, to pay the soldiers, weapons, and supplies. But we don't have enough gold. Then let's just ignore the gold standard for now. Can we do that? We're doing it. And just like that, many countries suspended the gold standard during World War I. They printed money without gold backing it, which caused inflation, but at least they could pay for the war. After the war, some countries tried to go back to the gold standard, but the damage was done.